Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is IZZAT SAIFULAKHRI.
And I am Tan Chi Hong. Today, my group will be presenting our assessment of the Mikania micrantha, also known as the mild minute weed, focusing on its biology, invasive pattern, and also ecological impact in Muar, Johor. What is Mikania micrantha? Mikania micrantha is a fast-growing tropical vine from the Asteraceae family. It's known for its extremely rapid growth, and sometimes called a plant that can grow a mile in a minute. Its features include soft twining stem, opposite heart-shaped leaf, a cluster of tiny white flowers, and also very light and dispersed wind. This trait made it one of the world's most troublesome invasive weeds. Okay, next I will explain about the origin and the pathway of introduction. The Mikania micrantha is native to Central and South America, but it was then introduced into Asia in the late 18 to 1900, initially for botanical gardens, rubber plantation as a cover crop, and even a camouflage during the wartime. Once established in Asia, it spread rapidly because the climate here matched its original habitat. That includes the Malaysia, especially in open and disturbed areas.
Okay, now I'll be explaining you about the morphology of Mikania micrantha. Here are the key identifying features for Mikania micrantha. First, a long creeping stem that can exceed to 6 meters. Second, opposite heart-shaped leaves. Third, corium-like clusters of small white flowers. And fourth, fruits with purple bristles that can act like a parachute. And finally, extremely high seed production, up to 20 to 40,000 seeds per plant. It also regrows easily from broken stem fragments, making it very hard to remove. Why Mikania micrantha is so invasive to us and to the nature? The reason is it has rapid regrowth rate, which up to 8 and 9 centimeters per day. Second is high photosynthetic plasticity as it grows in both full sun and shade. Third is allelopathy as it releases chemicals that suppress neighboring plants. It affects the plants and will destroy the plants around them. Fourth is dual reproduction to both seeds and to its vegetative fragments. And lastly, wind dispersal seeds will travel along the distance that will make it easier to spread along the nature. These traits allow Mikania micrantha to smother other plants and quickly monopole space and nutrients.
Okay, next I will talk about the ecological impact that caused by the Mikania micrantha. In Malaysia, this weed is classified as an invasive alien species due to several impacts. First, it overgrows native shrubs and young trees, blocking their sunlight and causing them to die eventually. Next, it also alters the soil nutrients and the microbial communities, making the soil less suitable for native species. Third, it reduces the biodiversity by forming monospecific mess, which only the Mikania micrantha itself will survive. And lastly, it disrupts the ecological balance by affecting the pollinators, herbivores, and birds, causing the other native plants to affected by the change. Next, after talking about the impact in general, I would like to introduce the impact in the Muar, which is my hometown. In our study area in Muar, the Mikania micrantha can be shown anywhere and is very common. This is because it thrives in the open, disturbed sites like plantation, roadsides, and river banks. It smothers the native plants such as the Melastoma malabatricum, Macaranga tanaris, and Imperata cylindrica by covering them and prevent the sunlight from reaching to them. Besides, it also reduces the available nectar for the pollinators like honeybees and hoverflies. This is because when the available nectar is reduced, the honeybees and the hoverflies will only go to the Mikania micrantha itself. Okay. Besides, the Mikania micrantha also affect the herbivores such as the grasshopper and caterpillars because it will release a bitter compound that can avoid them to getting closer to the Mikania micrantha and feed on them. So they only feed on the other native plants. Lastly, it also causes a cascading habitat loss for birds and small mammals, since it will cover all the vegetation, so they will eventually get less sunlight and die. When they die, the habitat is lost for some birds that depends on it for the nesting area. Overall, this combined effect reset the local ecosystem and push the native species out.
Now I'll be talking about the control methods to control this invasive species of Mikania micrantha. First, mechanical control. By cutting, slashing and hand pulling Mikania micrantha out of the ground, and this only works in early stages of the growth of the Mikania micrantha. But it is very labor intensive and temporary. Second is chemical control. We can use chemical like herbicides like glyphosate and methyl, as these are effective but requires repeated application and potentially affect the environment itself. And lastly, biological control. Biological control is the most promising method that can control these invasive species such as Mikania micrantha. One of the methods that we use in this biological control is using rust fungus Pucinta spegazinti, which is highly specific to Mikania, and it reduces leaf area, growth rate and the photosynthesis rate in the Mikania micrantha. And these fungus are successfully used in India, Papua New Guinea and Fiji. Other fungi like Alternaria gossipina also show potential in controlling these invasive species.
Okay, before we end, I would like to talk about the summary of our concept map. Our concept map has shown how Mikania micrantha interacts with the native plants, pollinators, herbivores, bird and small mammals, soil microbes, and human activities in our study area Muar. It demonstrates a self-reinforcing cycle where the plant changes the environment to help itself to spread even more. In our concept map, we also include the general consequence caused by the Mikania micrantha to show the overall the serious it causes to the biodiversity in our local environment.
To end our presentation, to summarize all of it, Mikania micrantha is a highly aggressive vine in Malaysia.
It threatens the plant diversity, wildlife, and also agricultural productivity.
Its rapid growth and allopathic chemical makes it extremely competitive, outcompete all the plants around it.
The control of it requires a combination of both mechanical, chemical, and also biological strategies.
Without intervention, ecosystems like those in Muar, Johor may face long-term degradation in the future. Thank you. That's all from us.
Thank you.